Exciting news coming up here in St. Johns County. On April 3rd, we're rolling out a new procedure to deal with civil traffic, which is now requiring arraignments prior to the trial. So why did this change come about?
Time and resources for both people who had to take off work to come to court, who might just be requesting a withhold of adjudication but not necessarily wanting a trial, and also to save time for law enforcement officers who many of them were coming off of a night shift. They were getting overtime paid, which was costing the taxpayers a lot of money, for them to just sit there and not necessarily have a trial if the defendant ended up requesting just a withhold of adjudication.
And what that means for the non-attorneys that are listening, a withhold of adjudication is a withholding of the points on your driver's license. If you get 12 points within 12 months, your driver's license gets suspended for 30 days.
Yeah, and a big part of this from the clerk's office perspective is that traffic is one of the primary court divisions that many of our members of the public and residents interact with. So being able to help streamline this process is also beneficial to them, as well as making them aware about the withholds, right? Because many of them don't realize that that's an option.
So what we were seeing is we would have a large number of cases on our contested hearing days, which is our trials, but I would say over 90% of the defendants who were there just wanted to ask for a withhold of the points.
A large percentage of the cases, the officers had no objections to the withholding of adjudication. So it eliminates taking all those officers off the street just to come there and agree to what they would have agreed to 98% of the time anyway. And the judges will usually go along with those withholdings of adjudication because it's avoiding a trial and avoiding the bringing in of witnesses, and by bifurcating it, you're eliminating all of that expense.
And one important thing to remember is that you can always request a withhold of adjudication if that's all you're seeking. You don't have to come into court for your arraignment. You can just request a withhold in writing, and one of us or the hearing officer will rule on that.
Excellent. Now, this is a change that is in line with other counties on the circuit and around the state too, and so it's been proven as a concept, and it's something we're excited to roll out here in St. John's.
Yeah, we're excited too. I think it will also help litigants know what to expect when they come in for their arraignment. If they decide that they want to enter a plea of not guilty, they'll be given the trial date, and the judge will explain what they need to do in preparation for their trial. So they'll need to have their witnesses ready, any evidence that they intend to introduce, and the officer or any witnesses will also be subpoenaed for the trial. So it'll also kind of give them an understanding of what they need to do to prepare for their trial.
All right. Well, again, this change is going to be effective on April 3rd. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at the clerk's office, 904-819-3600. Thank you.